Hey everyone, this is going to be a short, quick rundown, hopefully 10 minutes or less of my last video, because my last video was about 35 minutes. That was way too long. I'm just going to speed this through real quick. This video is about characters maintaining and trying to get the script to come to life. So, first I started with, not this, Dante. Dante was my first, because I tried to make literally Dante from Devil May Cry, but not because I didn't want to copyright, obviously. I wanted to do my own version. The name Dante just came to me, I said, okay, and then I thought of Devil May Cry, okay. And I was having issues with this, and this caused a great spiraling depression. So I left it, and I came back, and then obviously I kept working at it, and I don't get that negative headspace, and it does good. So it goes something like this. I'm going to just read this. Now, judging by the look on your face, you think I'm not in the right to make these calls, or that I'm batshit crazy. You're probably thinking, who the hell made this guy judge, jury, and executioner? Let me put your mind at ease and tell you a little bit about myself. You see, I'm not a good soul. Nor am I a bad soul. I'm just a lost soul, looking to chase the wicked and the damned that walk this earth. And boy, do I love a good chase. So I based this entire character off literally these lines, and I obviously expanded Dong upon this. Now next is Rambling Man. It's basically, a reference was from Willem Dafoe playing Vincent van Gogh. And I got it from that one scene where he stares like into the camera in this black and white. And he says, I think I'm a monster. And that's where literally it says, I think there might be something wrong with me. And then it goes from this guy thinking he's all innocent and he's being on the receiving end of hateful glares of anger and resentment. And then turns out it's just all in his head and he's going insane. And then obviously you can tell he goes insane. So here we go. I could be delusional. I could be paranoid. Hell, I could be straight up nuts. But I know something isn't right. Maybe it isn't me at all. Maybe it's all those glaring at me. Maybe they're the problem. Yeah, that's it. Like I said, they aren't people. They're shadowy beings that I've subconsciously manifested into reality. That's it. They aren't real. And I'm going to stop there because my throat is killing me. This is take number 3. Next is a random monologue I did. This is a random writing moment, I'm going to call those from here on out, that I just wrote, I think, a couple years ago, because I was trying to get for something for one of my books that I've written. Yes, I wrote books. I'll talk about that in another video. And when I was first reading it, I was like, what sadness does life begot? So full of wonders and joy. And then, obviously, as you can tell, I was already starting to put a little bit of an accent to it. And then I slowed the pace down as well as my pitch, and I lightened the English accent, so I went, what sadness does life begot? So full of wonders and joys, many splendors to behold, many experiences to live, and through it all, there always seems to be more to it than what is just. As enigmatic as it seems, its mystery is part of its allure. Some of humble beginnings, whilst others with tragic backstories. And it goes on and so forth. Now you're probably wondering, why is this highlighted yellow? Right here, that's a self-note for me. Needs to be edited. There's a lot of typos in this, as well as there's a couple things here and there that could change. This could be split into probably 2 or 3 different paragraphs. Okay. Lessons from Constance Valentino. Constance Valentino is a character I created for the prequel of my series that I'm still in the midst of writing. For those who don't know, I'm a published author. I'm going to talk more about that in the next video. Do not buy the book. That's all I'm going to say. We're going to do some reading of it in the future, probably a year from now. So, in this is the prequel series called The Elementalist. And he is the older, wiser, father figure that saves the main character and teaches him. And before he goes away on a very long, long absence, he leaves these life advices to our main character. And obviously he's 40s, he's mid to late 40s, early 50s, and he sounds kind of like this. Everybody lies. Be a fool and fall for their lie once in order to find the truth. Then, and only then, learn from it and be fooled no more. Ta-da! Obviously, I want more, distinguishedness because, well, that's how I envision the character because, I am the one who created him. Also, some of these are, all these are inspired from quotes from real people, whether it's philosophical, psychiatric, or whatever, or what have you. Project A was a rough draft of my book. about characters, families, and like their impact on the world and what their power is. I scrapped it because it was stupid. It was just for reading exercise and said, gone. In my classes, I was told to, for both my classes, they said for getting into character, try doing philosophical quote readings, poems, and or just like psychiatric, medical readings sometimes, because they would help with getting into character. I chose the 21 Principles of Dokudo from a 15th century samurai or swordsman named Musashi Miyamoto. If you know, you know. If you don't, look it up. I don't have the time. Bolded means these are the ones I personally, mess with, I vibe with. Next is another free writing I did about how this person who is cursed with immortality, he's miserable, annoyed, and angered about the person who says, who's just said, wow, you're immortal, that's cool, yo! And he just goes on this tyrant, and he goes, immortality. So obviously through this, he's miserable and angered, then he's also annoyed, and then in the end he becomes a little more chill and just says, finishes off in immortality is no superpower, nor is it a gift for a blessed individual. It's a curse put on those that desecrated the sanctity of life and death itself. Immortality is an eternal prison from life itself. And for those who play Honkai Star Rail, this kind of was inspired by Blade from Honkai Star Rail, voiced by the lovely and talented Daman Mills. Shout out to Daman Mills. You are awesome. I'd love to meet you one day. Those who have watched my improv videos, you know the shop merchant. Verse 1 is, oh, hello, welcome to my shop. You want to buy stuff? Good. You're broke? Get the hell out. 2 is, it's you. Goodbye. Oh, wait, you're buying stuff? Oh, shit, goodbye. And then the third one is, hello, old friend, let's buy some stuff. Okay, oh, you're broke? Wait, you're not. Oh, you don't have enough gold? Screw it, who cares? Fudge you. Silly Villain is a personal favorite. This is my number 2 favorite out of all the characters I've done. But it's a no-no. Why? Because I base the character around the voice of Skeletor. He talks like this. Ah, now see here, He-Man. You cannot fight me. Something along the lines of that. You never want to do that. Why? Because, well, you want to play the character, not the voice. That's that. This one is another good one. This was an improv that did good. Was Piston Tree and the Old Man, or Old Man Jenkins. It was based off real life. There was sap falling on my car because there's a big tree in front of my house. And over on the driveway is a big-ass branch with sap in the summer that goes down. And it was annoying me, and that's what I based it off. When I first did this character, I was like, dang it, he's doing it again. And it sounded kind of like Kitty. I didn't like it. Then for some reason, when I kept practicing it, I did it with a southern drawl, and it worked. I was like, oh, dang it, he's doing it again. He's pissing on the car. And it clicked. Next. This is improv done right, but putting it to real script gone wrong. This is a good example of, yes, you did improv goodly, but if you're trying to recreate it and it's not going well, just stop, come back another time. Dumb reflection, this was another real life. When I was at work, I was waiting at a red light. I looked to my left and I saw a reflection of me, and I was like, who is this jackass looking at me? It's me. I had a real Patrick Star moment, hence why Patrick Star sounding voice. Elated Droopy, as when I was about 18 to 20 years old, I found out I could talk like Mr. Droopy by just going, oh boy. And I thought I could create the character with the droopy voice, but the contradiction is he's very happy, hence the name Elated Droopy. Case in point here. Egg salad sandwich with unsalted whole wheat crackers and a box of prune juice. Oh boy, this day keeps getting better and better. Now that is a vile lunch, and that's that. It was a horrible idea. I couldn't maintain the character, and only that, it was just not good. Lance the Boxer is he's a boxer he won a fight, he was the underdog, and then when he's being questioned, he gets annoyed with the interviewer saying, bro, I'm a good boxer. And then he lets his ego take over and says, I'm gonna fight you. He gets like Muhammad Ali, except, he's not as good as Muhammad Ali. Spec Ops Mission is just something I tried to take seriously as like a serious like military like type thing. And I somehow turned it into a goofy comedy, and I didn't like it. Ferryman was something that I liked. He's basically a gimp servant that goes, walk this way. And then that was the intended voice and character. The character I stayed into, the problem was the voice kept changing to Droopy. So instead of going, look this way, I'd go, look this way. I'm like, why am I doing Droopy? Now, on to the other problem was I kept yawning. I was like falling asleep sometimes trying to play this character. I was like, this is the lad with he... excuse me. And I was like, dear Lord, please help me. Now, here's something, a personal favorite. This is my number 3 out of my 3 favorites, is I took inspiration from Daman Mills, Blade again, was because when I was doing this, I was like, look at what I've got here. Another one of the Lord's torture victims to play with. Then I didn't like it, and then I was like, what happens if we do a rasp? We go, another one of the Lord's torture, blah, blah, blah. Didn't like it. Well, I'm like, okay. At the time when I was writing this is when like Blade was one of my most played characters in Honkai Star Rail, and I was like, this is where I fell in love with Daman Mills. And I was like, okay, you know what? I really like it. And I was trying to figure out how to do that. So I did a grunge, and I was like, okay, look at what I've got here. Not good enough, right? But then randomly, I added an English accent. Look at what I've got here. And I forced it. I wasn't like, look at what I've got here. No, I force it. I go, look at what I've got here. Another one of the Lord's torture victims to play with. Now, I would do this screaming bit, but my throat is killing me. Because this is my 3rd take, and I'm probably really long. Yep. And we're going to go to my number 1 favorite. I'm going to do this whole thing, and I'm going to finish the video here, because this is a crappy inspirational thing, and this was something that I was just trying to do, and I can't explain right now. This was an improv moment that was me being me. Me, that I was just being a friggin' moron goofball who was just falling in love with being in my booth and attempting voice acting or acting in general. Here we go. The Reluctant Hero. Well, looks like you guys... redo. Take 2. Well, looks like you guys seem to have it under control. I'm gonna go home and squeeze in whatever time I have left to watch my favorite TV show. See ya! Now, for this part, just read the parentheses. Titan! We could really use our help right about now. Fine. I never get to go home and do anything I want to do. No. I can't go home and sit in my underwear and watch my favorite TV show. No. I gotta go out and help you with your missions and adventures. All right, listen here, you big buffoon-looking monster. I'm gonna kick your butt. Then I'm gonna save my friends. Then I'm gonna kick your butt with my friends. And when all this is done, I'm gonna go home and see if I can still watch my favorite TV show. Frasier. That's real. That's my favorite TV show. Should you come back in a future mission, adventure, episode, breaking the 4th wall, or whatever future installment lays before us, I'm gonna do a lot worse. I'm gonna do a lot worse to you. I'm gonna take my sword and shove it through your carcass, Marcus, alright? Marcus, that's gonna be your name from here on out. Marcus the buffoon-looking monster that tried to get in my way. Now stand still as I try to make this look as pretty as possible, because it's not gonna be. Raw. And there you go. Good night. I'm gonna go put some ice on my throat.